Clash of Ninja is the first in the Clash of Ninja series of games that were exclusive to the Nintendo platforms. The first two showed up on Gamecube, while Clash of Ninja Revolution was a continuation of the series, and those titles showed up on the Wii. Naruto Clash of Ninja 3 and 4 were exclusive to Japan and never made it westside. Clash of Ninja is set up like a traditional 3D fighter. I really like the style of play for the game. It's familiar to those that played fighting games before, and it offers enough variety in combat for beginners to have fun with it, while experts can appreciate the depths of linking different combos together. For the first offering the Clash Ninja series, this installment offers the least amount of content. That's not really a stab at the game itself, and I can somewhat forgive it for this being the first entry in the series. The anime at the time was still in its infancy as well back in 2003 when the game came out. There's a one-player mode, there's a two-player battle, play against a computer mode, survival, time attack, training mode, story, and options. The story takes you through the early days in the Naruto story arc. You start off talking with Iruka-sensei when he tasks you with beating him in a one-on-one match, to show him how strong you've gotten while training in the Ninja Academy. He offers you a big helping of ramen from the local ramen shop as a reward. So, Iruka, could you also hook me up with a few Jeffersons or maybe even a Benjamin for my troubles? It'd really help a brother out. I don't have a home, I don't know where my parents are, and I'm such a lonely guy. No? Okay. Next to things to hastily gloss over is forming Team 7 with Sakura Hirono and Sasuke Uchiha. Okay, so Naruto's like the overactive klutz who likes to be the star of the show and always wants to be the center of attention. Sasuke's the guy who everyone hates but secretly wants to be because he acts edgy and emo all the time and he's super cool. And Sakura, well, Sakura's a girl and she's well, Sakura, the beautiful. Well, anyway, we have a match with Kakashi to win, so all the kids gang up together to beat the adult in this mission. Real Lord of the Flies moment here, fellas. When we beat him, and are tasked with one of the most dangerous and interesting things to happen in the show. Escort an elderly but able man to a construction site where they are building a bridge. Because all ninjas take time out of their day to help old people out. I guess.
This is where we meet Zabuza and Haku, two guys who have such an affinity for each other that's actually quite inspirational how far they would go to protect one another. You see, Haku was abandoned when he was little because his parents had an unhealthy addiction to Cheez-Its, and their addiction led them to disowning Haku, so they could be able to afford to buy their favorite snack more often, of course. Zabuza found him and took him under his wing. Zabuza cared for Haku and looked after him, and they bonded so deeply with one another. There's a true romance going on here. Way to be progressive, game. I applaud you. Haku and Zabuza block you from crossing the bridge because they're picky about the groups of people who they associate with. I guess people who wear tracksuits aren't allowed in their exclusive club. Oh yeah? Tell that to the chick from Kill Bill. I've seen the way she handles a sword. Being the hero, you managed to overtake the bad guys. Beating one of my favorite characters to a pulp was one of the most difficult things I had to do. I sure hope he forgives me. But man, was it fun. Did you see me out there? I was like, woo, woo, yeah! And then throwing some kicks in there for good measure. It was freaking awesome! Oh, and by the way, did you think that the battle with Zabuza and Haku would be the finale that this game would leave off with? Same here. But no, we have yet another battle to overtake. This is kind of a strange battle, but the game decides to introduce this Bruce Lee homage at the last second, probably to shoe him in as another playable character before the game was shipped. I'm not exactly complaining though. Bruce Lee's a badass, and his fighting style is represented well in this title and through this character. Bruce was also a man with a lot of memorable quotes. This scene from an interview being one of my favorites.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
And that's it. That's how the game ends. It's anticlimactic in a way, but the story in fighting games was never the main concern. It's the fighting that matters, and the fighting is just swell. Every character can use their special jutsus that we've seen from the anime. It's also nice to see things like substitutions being involved in the fighting as well. It really makes me feel like I'm playing as these characters. Arcade allows you to play 8 matches against the computer, with each match getting progressively more difficult over time. The 2-player mode is exactly what you think it is. It allows 2 people to play against each other in Mortal Kombat. 1 player versus computer is you playing against the computer in a one-on-one battle. Survival is an endless series of battles that you must fight through. It only lasts as long as you are alive, so as soon as you are out of HP, it ends. Time attack is just like arcade mode, but you're timed, so clearing it as fast as possible is key. Training sets you up with a bot, and allows you to practice using combos to get acquainted with different people. Finally, options allow you to change game settings like the strength of the computer, how much time you want in a match, and things of that nature. All in all, this is a wonderful start to a substantial amount of Naruto Clash of Ninja titles. Like stated before, it's lacking in content, but what it offers here is really great.
Please accept my challenge.
I didn't expect to be facing you. Fight over!
Secret Jutsu, Crystal Ice Mirrors!
Haku!
It's difficult for me to be 100% shinobi.
Justice will prevail! Just kidding!